Hello, and welcome to the Assistive Technology Center at TCNJ. This webinar series is titled Overview of Assistive Technology and is presented by Dr. Amy Araswala. This is Module 2, Focus on ELA. Dr. Araswala currently serves as a supervisor of instructional technology in a large K-12 public school district in New Jersey. With over 19 years of experience in special education, she has held roles as a special education teacher, assistive technology evaluator, home instructor, and advocate. Passionate about equitable access to education, she continues to support educators through professional development and adjunct teaching, helping to ensure that all students have the tools they need to succeed. These webinars are made possible through our partnership with the New Jersey Department of Education, Office of Special Education. The statements issued by guest presenters do not reflect the stance of the NJDOE OSE. Please use your professional judgment when implementing strategies and resources within your practice. Let's listen to Dr. Amy Araswala.
This module explores how assistive technology can support students in K-12 English language arts classrooms, with a focus on software tools that enhance reading and writing experiences for diverse learners. These tools are especially helpful for students with learning differences, disabilities, and varied learning preferences. The primary focus is on software because of the ease and access. So how can we support ELA through reading, writing, comprehension? The next few slides will introduce you to easy entry points on ways to support the diverse learning needs in an ELA classroom. We'll first start with text-to-speech, similar to what was modeled and discussed in Module 1. Another option from Chromevox is Read Aloud, which is a Chrome extension that expands these capabilities by enabling text-to-speech features for content outside of Google Docs, including PDFs and websites. This flexibility is essential in ELA classrooms where instructional materials often come in various formats. While the free version of Read Aloud may offer fewer voiced options, it still provides critical support for students who benefit from auditory reinforcement or need help decoding text. Next, we will discuss options for speech to text. Google Voice has limitations as it can only be used with Google Docs, while AudioPen AI is a separate application that can be applied in many other ways. Both are great resources that can support students in an ELA setting, which will be modeled in upcoming slides. When it comes to authoring tools and editing, EditPad and MagicWrite have the ability to support students with creating ideas as well as creating content potentially for teachers where teachers can or educators can draw connections and tie in student interests into writing prompts or editing prompts, which will also be modeled in the upcoming slides. Grammar support is also very beneficial for students in an ELA classroom. However, many applications may have privacy rights and policies that do not comply with students in the K-12 setting. And if they're not COPPA and FERPA compliant, it is advised not to use them. So consider starting with what is available, such as in Google Apps, spell check, and editing resources, versus other applications such as Grammarly, which may be beneficial and useful. However, double check what the age range for privacy and policy is so that you're in compliance. Next, you will be watching a tutorial on how to use all of the applications and extensions that were described in this video. First, I'm going to model, as discussed, another option for a text-to-speech assistive technology tool for students. As you can see, I've pulled up a search on best ways to support ELA students, so we have something that can be read to us aloud. You want to make sure you've installed the Read Aloud extension on your browser so that it's available up at your toolbar. You might need to make it a favorite or add it to your toolbar for students. When you click on the extension, you will see
AI Overview to effectively support ELA students, especially English language.
So you can pause the text-to-speech as needed. You can stop it, you can move it. There's other options as well. So even though it will just read it out loud, you can go into the settings icon here, and you can choose to select a voice. Although, as mentioned previously, it is limited. You can change the speed. You can also change the pitch, the volume. You can turn on the highlighting or off, show it in a pop-up box, or show it in a separate window, which may help for students who need focus. And then you can test it. So there are additional options to help modify.
AI Overview to effective.
There are other features as well in the other options of the pop-up box and the new other window where you can even change the lighting as well. Next, I'm going to show you two options for speech to text. First, we're going to model Google Voice typing in Google Docs. You want to click on Tools, click on Voice Typing. In order to enable speech to text, click on Speak, and then you can start talking. As you can see, everything that I'm saying is written in the Google Doc with basic punctuation. This is helpful for students as it can help save them time, allow them to get their thoughts out, and those who may be needing support when it comes to typing. If you notice, grammar is not updated here, nor is punctuation. For example, periods after the end, that might be recorded as the words itself too. So it's not consistent in its grammar. Now, the other option that is useful for students for speech to text, as mentioned in the beginning of these slides, was AudioPen AI. The nice feature about this is that there's no login requirements, which helps for student privacy and staff privacy. So once you go to the website, you just click on the microphone icon, and then it will start to capture all the words that someone is saying. As you can see, you have only the one downfall to this is that it is time limited to 3 minutes through the free version. But what you will see is that, as I said, or there's pauses, or my thoughts are not fully clear, that when I stop this, it will not only take and transcribe what I spoke, but it will also make some basic grammar editing, which is very helpful for students. So, for example, it will begin to capture everything someone says. The only downside is that the free version limits recording to 3 minutes. You'll notice that if I pause or my thoughts aren't clear, it will still record until I stop. This sounds so much more well written and clear than what I had actually spoken to it. And this allows students to have kind of a start process. It's their words with the grammar, and then if they want to add onto it or extend on it, they can, which can be very helpful. This is also a great way for someone who's practicing for a speech for class or practicing a presentation out loud and wants to see how they sound, or maybe just some help on Lastly, I'll be modeling the 2 creativity pieces and also thought starters for assistive technology and support for students in ELA classrooms. So EditPad, also great because you do not have to sign in, but the basic free version offers a lot of options, allows you to create short stories and other resources. So for example, if you wanted to create a short story, you can say, for example, a story about a basketball player who was struggling in school. You have an idea, but you're not sure where to start with it. Or you're a teacher who wants to provide a story to a student specifically for a student that's relatable to their life, which is a great way to connect with the student. Here, you can click on the length of the story. So depending on their learning ability, so maybe a medium story, you can choose a type if you want a classic, humor, and then standard, visionary, you can do imaginative. You can choose the age range, which is nice, so based on their reading level. And then advanced options you could add here as well, but we're not going to use those. And then you generate a story. This could be a great way to help students with their thoughts and creativity, or just provide an individualized learning opportunity for a student that also helps build connections. As you can see, now a story pops up, and you can be creative with the way you would like to use the story. You can copy and paste into a Word document. There's also paraphrasing tools, text summaries, and an essay writer as well to help support with this. Lastly, I'm going to show you another thought starter, which is within Canva, which is free for educators. I've opened up a document and click on Magic Write. Here you can type in words to help brainstorm your idea. Basketball player who struggled making friends. Now notice this is my idea, but I didn't really clarify what I wanted from it. So maybe if I had clarified that I wanted a story or an essay, it would add more to it, but this gave me some ideas. If I didn't like this, I could start again and rewrite it. Here I have, once again, a thought starter with an essay where it's built for students. This can help level the playing field for students where they have ideas and thoughts and then edit the documents as with the power of AI. And once again, the student is using a platform that's free for educators that would be vetted, and therefore the privacy and policy issue should be compliant, which Canva is. In conclusion, when we look at options for ELA assistive technology resources, think learning styles. How can the assistive technology support all students and specific needs? And always check privacy policies. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Are you a New Jersey educator looking for support or professional development tailored to your district's AT needs? We offer free, customized training and coaching for NJ teachers, paraprofessionals, and families. From hands-on workshops to individual classroom support and small group facilitation, we're here to help. Visit us at atcenter.tcnj.edu to learn more. Have a question? Contact us at atcenter@tcnj.edu. Please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content on all things assistive technology.